One evening my wife sat across from me, her face unusually rigid and her eyes sharp. She took a long breath and said, "I want a divorce." I didn't answer. My heart tightened, but rather than crumble, I leaned back in my chair, my face composed. Her reaction was priceless, stunned, as if she'd expected me to beg. What she didn't realize was that I'd already had my suspicions. The whispers with her closest friend, the late-night calls, the smug little smiles, all suggested something more. She thought herself clever, but I was paying attention. Later I discovered why. Her friend had advised her, "Tell him you want a divorce. He'll plead and you'll finally know you have him." The idea was to weaken me, to make me desperate. They wanted my humiliation, but they misjudged me. For 4 days I kept my routine. I cooked, I went to work, I laughed. I slept without trouble. Her patience started to fray. She searched my face for any crack, any sign of surrender, but I showed her none. She couldn't see that I was quietly preparing my own move. While she waited for me to crawl back, I audited our finances. I found evidence of extravagant spending and transfers into a hidden account. I didn't confront her then. I gathered proof, meticulously collecting documents and screenshots. Revenge, I believe, is most effective when silent. Her friend kept dropping by, smirking, egging her on. Once I overheard them laughing. "Any day now, he'll beg. Just keep your ground." They had no idea that as they plotted to humiliate me, I was assembling the pieces of their undoing. One night she snapped, "Why don't you care if I leave? Aren't you going to fight for me?" she demanded. I met her calmly and replied, "If you want to go, go." I added, quietly, that choices have consequences. My tone unsettled her, though she couldn't have known how much those words really meant. A week later, I shifted funds from our joint account into a private account in my name. I hired a lawyer, handed over the proof of her secret expenditures, and initiated divorce proceedings on terms I set. By the time she realized what was happening, her cards were blocked, accounts frozen, and her hidden savings became part of the case. She panicked and ran to her friend for help, but all the friend had were empty reassurances. My wife had misjudged the man she thought she controlled. When I finally confronted her, I laid bank statements, screenshots, and legal papers on the table. "You wanted this to be a game?" I said coldly. "I don't play to lose." Her face drained of color. She begged for forgiveness, claiming it was her friend's idea and that she hadn't meant it. Her tears no longer mattered. In court, she lost almost everything. The house, the accounts, even the car were awarded to me because of the reckless transfers and her betrayal. Her friend disappeared the moment trouble arrived, leaving her to face the consequences alone. She had once pictured me crawling at her feet. Instead, she stood on the curb with a suitcase, staring at the man she expected to beg. I said nothing, made no scene. I closed the door behind her and let the silence be the final act of revenge. Her friend had been wrong. I never pleaded. Instead, I ensured they both learn the harshest lesson. When you toy with a loyal man's love, he can become the coldest enemy you'll ever meet.